Now if you come on down to Highbury, you can see Thierry Henry. He is the best player you will ever see. Thierry Henry. Now if you come on down to Highbury.
Hello, welcome back to From Dial Square to Where. This is a neutral podcast for neutral people only. And joining me is Ryan. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Season's over for us, but yeah, the withdrawal symptoms already kicked in today for next season. I want the pictures. I want pre-season. But yeah, I'm good. Thanks for having me on anyway.
I know. Yeah, it's going to be good watching a bit of Reece Nelson. Hopefully, we might get to see a little bit of Maitland-Niles. Do a bit of scouting on Tammy Abraham for when we buy him. So, looking forward to this game, just as a neutral. No stress on it or anything, but let's hope that Feyenoord can beat Roma. Because we all hate Jose Mourinho, obviously.
Obviously, as well, but also, I mean, out of the two teams, Feyenoord have been in it from day one. Roma fell into it from, what was it, the one above the Europa League? They fell into it, didn't they? Along with Leicester, so...
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
it should go to Feyenoord. They've been in the competition from day one, and they play some good football. From what I've seen, the highlights and all that throughout the tournament, they play some good football.
Yeah,
and obviously got these.
They do play some really good attacking football. You'll see. I just really hope he has a good game tonight, Reece Nelson, because he has been in excellent form. You see that he's really bulked up. He makes better decisions. On the pitch, he's just been a change player. Really, you see that he's turned from a boy into a man a bit more. So, I just hope it continues in this game.
I saw that there's I think it's like a clip. Somebody took a grab of an interview he's had recently in the build-up to this final, and he was saying basically, comparing it from this loan spell to the previous and why he's never really settled at Arsenal. He's basically said because of the things he's learned in terms of what he does off the pitch, he for whatever reason never learned really at Hoffenheim. He never took on that side of things, and then he came to Arsenal thinking he was a pretty big bollocks. Like that was it. Now he's gonna be bomb, and when it didn't click, he was doing like things like going home eating junk food, just not looking after himself, and then staying up late as well. And like getting next to no sleep, where he's gone to Feyenoord, and they've basically like it took him a while, as he said, it took him a while to sort of settle in Feyenoord as well. It's like he says, he's finally grown up and he's starting to listen to what he's being told to look off the pitch and eat the right things and do the right things.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've said it in another podcast, but I don't see. Well, as long as he continues this. When he comes back to Arsenal in the summer, if he doesn't stay at Feyenoord for another season, because I know they do want him, but if we do end up selling Nicolas Pepe, I don't see any reason why he can't take his position in the squad to save replacing Nicolas Pepe. Buy a forward who can play on the right as well, or the left or whatever. But yeah, he could be the Nicolas Pepe in the squad because let's face it, Nicolas Pepe's only made 5 starts this season. 5.
Yeah. There's only one game we can actually say where he actually made a difference, Pepe, and that was the Wolves home game.
Yeah, the Wolves. Well, when he came on as a sub, yeah.
But this is the thing with Reece. As long as he comes back this time, taking note of what he's learnt this year, there's no reason for him not to come back and fight for it and give Saka a run for his money. And be that number 2 at the start and just keep pushing.
He's got a lot of end products.
All he's got to do is knuckle down and do what he has to do and show his worth and do. Well, like we said last night about Elneny, who's just got a contract officially announced today. Told he had no place in the team, in the club or whatever, go and look for a new club, and he came back. He thought if Reece can do that and take on what Elneny's done there as well, he can't really complain in terms of as long as he's merited it and he's actually, as you say, he takes on lessons that he's learned from here and sort of kicks on now because I think that's the main gripe with us as a fan base towards Reece is that he went up to Hoffenheim, started off well, got an injury, came back at the end of that loan spell, and it sort of felt like he thought he'd made it. He didn't really. It's like he I don't know. He just didn't really try to take up to a level. He sort of once he believed he was in the team, like, he was not a starter, but as in he was in the first team. He thought he'd be guaranteed games at some point. He thought it just clicked for him. And he just never really. And the performances with that, the performance, especially near the end, before he went out on loan to Feyenoord, just weren't working. I mean, what was it last year in the Europa League? It was things were that bad. Arteta game literally brought him off for like 10 seconds of the end of a game, which didn't help the situation as a whole. That's not Vichy's fault, but no. It's saying something when the manager's literally going, well, you can have 10 seconds on the pitch, that's a waste of time.
Well, there should be a lot more games for him next season if he can be integrated back into the squad. You know, we're going to have, hopefully if things go well, between 15 and 20 extra games next season.
Well, if we get it, if we get it right in terms of recruit, not just known players certain players coming back or whatever, the ones that we do want to come back, bring them back in, integrate them back into the squad. In terms of recruitment as well, if we can get it right, we can actually, in terms of the first half of the season, play our Premier League team on a weekend, on a Sunday or whatever, when the Europa League gets underway, the Sunday games, the Premier League games, and literally play our B team / youth team in the Europa League group stages. So then that Thursday Sunday situation doesn't really have an effect on some of our first starters and as we're saying now. So for example, Reece Nelson will be playing Thursday nights where Saka would be trying to fight to get in the Premier League squad, while Saka's playing the weekends only.
And Saka is, we're really, really in danger over the last couple of years. He's burnout, of overplaying him again, and we just really cannot do that. He's got to have a bit of a rest next season, and hopefully Reece could be that person. I mean, how nice would it be if he could really take on the challenge, and we have another really, really talented, promising academy product in the squad to choose from? Would be great.
Yeah, no, exactly. And again, it bodes well for the club that we're not only are we using our youth, investing in youth, but we're actually using players from our academy in terms of obviously Reece initially, but then Saka, Smith Rowe. There's a few. You've got Charlie's coming through. They'll be probably loaned out. You've got Miguel Aziz, Balogun. I keep saying, I've been saying for the last year and a half. Yeah, teams on the
Flores.
team last year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Flores as well. But what my point is, the last year I've been saying, how long has it been since we can say our academy? There's more than just one player coming through. We've effectively got a starting 11 of academy players that are good enough to make the step up if given a chance.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one good thing about going into the Europa next season. So you've got to look for silver linings in the disappointment, and that's one of them, where they can get more opportunities in the first team. But yeah, they're all coming out now.
Yeah, Feyenoord in yellow by the looks of it.
Yeah. I just hope Jose doesn't, because if he wins this, he's the first person
to win all three.
Manager to win all four. It was 4 now.
Oh yeah, it's 4, isn't it? Yeah, because I was obviously
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you know what he's like. I just never really the end of it.
Well,
so I'm absolutely rooted, not just because of Reece Nelson, but I desperately want Feyenoord to win.
He even looks with Reece. He even looks a bit more grown up in how he is, like facial wise.
He is. He's stronger as well. You see, he's a lot stronger.
I mean, let's be honest. This loan spell was make or break for his Arsenal career. He had to nail it this time. And take some lessons from it and touch what he has.
Yep. Well, this is a great night for him, isn't it? And when I'm actually not just saying this, it's like sour grapes or anything like that, but I'm actually looking forward to going to the Europa League next season with a chance of winning the thing. Because I desperately want us to win it. Because, I mean, as a club, our European record isn't great. But it's we've won 2 European trophies in the past, but that's it. And it's one big thing that's missing from the history of our club. And obviously, it's another route to the Champions League. But to win a major European competition, when you consider who won it this year and who else was in the final in Rangers, so there's no reason why we can't go and win it. Because obviously, we've had 2 semi-finals and a final already in that tournament. We should go one better this season.
I don't know if you've seen it. There's a clip going around from Talkshite, basically. Adrian Durham, and I can't remember who the guest was, but the guest, was it Andy Townsend? That was it. Andy Townsend was actually defending Arsenal the entire time, and he actually said, "You know what? Champions League, they could get into it and play, go say quarterfinals or whatever, but in Europa League they could actually win it." And Adrian Durham, you know what his response was? Why would Arsenal want to win the Europa League?
He's an arsehole. I just can't stand the bloke.
What have Arsenal ever done to him? I don't know what's the name Arsenal ever done to him? Because he just starts. Whenever something goes wrong, he has to pop up and say something.
He's an arsehole. He just does it for the.
He's a fucking idiot that's planted the idea in people's heads that the Invincible season was a nothing season. It wasn't as big as it's been overhyped. It's not as big as an achievement as people make. I'm sorry, man. Chelsea have all their money have never done it. City have never done it, and they've got fucking they're a country-run club. Liverpool came close, but they couldn't do it. But it was so easy. Why can't they do it? United never did it under the Fergie era.
Anyway, welcome to everyone in the chat. Stephen, Gary, Russ.
It just pissed me off.
Honestly, I haven't listened to it.
I just came across it because I was literally just messing about and someone retweeted it. I was like, the fact that he said straight after this, Andy Townsend, and again, to be fair to Andy, he was actually defending Arsenal, praising us for this season. Actually saying it's not much of a failure people making out, top over fucking doing it. They could actually go on and win the Europa League. And the fact that his response was, why would they want to win it? As you say, it's a European Cup. It's a route into the Champions League. Even if we've qualified for Champions League, it's still a European trophy.
Can you imagine the excitement of an evening?
It gives a hunger and taste of European glory to them players that they want to take to the next stage.
Can you imagine the glory of lifting that trophy and on a real big European night next season? Be outstanding. Virtually unrivaled. I mean, I remember very well, like it was yesterday when we won the Cup Winners' Cup. And that was like, I was just beside myself then, that night. I mean, it'd be just the same. And what an experience for the young players as well. Saka and Smith Rowe and Martinelli are going to win a European trophy with Arsenal.
I mean, I will say this, that European Cup...
Anyway, it's kicked off, by the way.
Yeah, it's kicked off for 50 seconds in on my screen.
Yeah, I'm about 10 seconds behind you, as normal.
I think it was ahead of me last week because the Rangers won. Don't know what happened there. But, what can I say now? That's the European Cup Winners' Cup final. That, looking back at that just proved, because I've seen the same for the last few years as well. Under the George Graham era, if the English clubs didn't have that 5-year ban put on us because of Liverpool fans doing what they did back then, I believe George Graham would have won us a European Cup with that team. And that European Cup winner, Cup Winners' Cup proved it because of the team we had to beat to get to win it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we won it as well.
Your fanboy, Kevin Campbell, scoring against PSG in the semi-final.
Yeah. Absolutely. We trounced PSG, was it, over 2 legs? That second one, we absolutely demolished them at Highbury.
Obviously, it was pre-oil money, PSG, but they were still a big side.
Yeah, they're still. It's just pre the money, as you say, but yeah, they're still a big side. Was it Real Madrid? Was it Real Madrid that season we had at one point in the knockouts and all that? It wasn't easy, and even then, the team we played in the final were at that time one of the best teams in Europe.
They were, yeah. Some of the players they had, blimey.
We weren't even, they were that revered. We weren't even favourites. And look at the squad we had outside of England. We weren't favourites of that.
Oh no, everyone thought
We were more
no
favourites a year
chance.
later. And look what happened.
Jose
Okay,
Mourinho
so-
always be on the sideline, like shouting "fuck off" to someone.
Well, Gary's going off in the chat now. About
Yeah, 5 more years of Eddie. I'd be
I wouldn't say it's a full
happy.
5 years. I think it's a 5 years, but with the idea of if it doesn't work out next season, even if he's not, because even though it's a long contract, it can't be for him to be the number one striker, surely, because that'll just piss people off. Because any strikers we now get in, then will be like, well, hang on, we're not.
No, it's just that he needs to be told that he will need to compete.
I think he'll be like the backup to whoever the main striker is,
and pushing them.
Yeah,
And
but he'll
pushing
be
them.
also playing the Europa League as well, mainly
Go
at
on,
the start of the season. Depending on what happens with Balogun, if Balogun goes out on loan. But if Eddie stays, and Balogun goes, Eddie's going to be the backup / start backup in the Premier League, but starter in the Europa. But also, it's just a matter of fact. If give him a 5-year deal now, come this time next year, if it hasn't worked out next season, we can sell him on for get a bit of money for him.
Instead of letting him go for nothing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's done it. I mean, to be fair to him, he's done enough to warrant this, a contract, and took his chance when he needed to take his chance. His scoring record is very, very good if you look at it across the board.
Yeah. With this fan base, though, I do fear that if he's given a number 14, because obviously there's a leaked image of him of the Premier League saying he had number 14 for some reason. I don't know if it's true or not, if it's a mistake their end. But if he got a new squad number next season, it happens to be something like that, something iconic like that, our fan base is going to jump on him from day one. Unfairly, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Just based on the number.
Who's to say that Reece isn't going to be the next big thing? I'm not talking. This is completely against nothing to do with the squad number or anything. But he could really take off from here, couldn't he? So I'll have to wait and see to support him.
As I say, it's now or never for him. Really, there's a point of his career where he's saying he wants to be number one, a main man. Well, it's now or never, really. In terms of his Arsenal career, it's now or never. Getting his contract, if he then doesn't kick on, if he just sustains where he is at the moment, doesn't really elevate in this next 12 months, I honestly think Edu and Arteta and the rest of the club will be what's the word? They won't be naive to keep on with him. They'll literally be like, okay, well, we gave you this, but it hasn't worked out. We're going to find you a new club. But we're going to get what we want for you this time. Yeah,
well, at least, they're learning lessons. They don't want to let these players go for free. Like I say, we can't really... We'd always get money for Eddie. And to be fair, he's rated by fans and media alike of other clubs. They like him. I was listening to the David Seaman podcast earlier, and we've got someone on there who's a Southampton fan, and he said, I'll have him absolutely straight away. He goes, he'd be very excited to get someone like him. And like I say, his scoring record for Arsenal, scoring record for England, his scoring record when he went on loan is really good. So we just have to give the guy a chance. And he's not stupid. He knows that he's not going to be the one and only. He knows that we're going to buy another striker or two in the summer, and he's got to keep battling like he has done to keep his place in the team this time.
How old is he now? 22?
Yeah.
That's why he was in the 21 squad with the announcement yesterday. But yeah, he's 22 now. So as I say, it's now sort of now or never for him in terms of his Arsenal side of things. He could go on to elsewhere and be a main man later on in his career, but in terms of his Arsenal career, because of how vocal he's been for the last few months, it's this next season that coming around is going to be huge for him. He has to fight hard, and whoever comes in. Because look, this is another thing as well. People are forgetting. We're not just going to extend his contract and go, well, that's that done. No more strikers. We're going to loan out Balogun. We still need to go and replace Laka and Uber as well. So we're going to go and get 2 strikers at least in this window if Balogun goes out on loan.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll get one out-and-out striker. Who that is, got no idea. And we'll get someone like a Gabriel Jesus who can play across the front line. So who can play wide and as a striker. That's what I think anyway.
Yeah.
And that'll do me. I'll be happy with that.
I wouldn't mind. The season's only just ended and people are losing their minds over renewals or contracts. It's like, calm the bloody hell down. The window's not even open officially yet. We've
got so much to do. Just to renew a couple of the existing players is literally a drop in the ocean.
Again, in terms of squad depth, it takes the pressure off the teams.
Exactly.
I've got to say, it has been, in terms of attacking so far in this game, it has been pretty much all final in terms of an attacking sense.
I know. I do like that kit actually. That grey and yellow is quite smart, isn't it? I think anyway.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, settling down to be a decent game. And Colonel's in the chat as well. Right, Colonel. The Colonel saying, so having the Conference European trophy after your Europa League really devalues that, no? Joke UEFA booking. I don't know what you mean.
I think it means what being as this is meant to be the third European competition in Europe, yeah. Why have they put this in between the Champions League and Europa League, the 2 mainstays? I think they've done that. I think it's this year. I think they've done it this year more so for the fact it's the first year they want people's eyes on it. I think next year it'll be sort of switched around way. It should be Champions, like the Conference League, Europa League, Champions League finals, respectively. It's just because it's the first year they want to pick people to come in and watch it.
They should have put this on for free on BT Sport as well.
Have they not done that?
No.
You thought they would have done that, yeah.
I thought it was, but it's not. So I had to go and find a stream.
That's why you'd be on me then.
Yeah, because I changed my phone contract. I don't get it for free anymore. Yeah, so Colonel said as soon as he's been getting starts, he's paid it back. Fair enough. He didn't score against Newcastle and Tottenham, but you're only as good as your service, and that's right. I mean, everyone, like I said this the other day, everyone knows I've always rated Eddie. You know that. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't sure whether he was going to get enough chances and starts to stay at Arsenal and make his career at Arsenal, but I always thought he was going to go somewhere and be a good striker. But if it can be with us, then I'll be really happy with that. I've always said, and Ian Wright took him under his wing, didn't he? But I've always said he's got a little bit of Ian Wright about him. I'm not going to say he's going to be as good as Ian Wright. Obviously, too early to say, but he's got the similar sort of style to what Ian Wright had. So, and I like that kind of striker. He's always there. He's always in the right place at the right time. Not perfect, but he's not going to be at 22.
No.
You know, he's got 4 or 5 years at least till he sort of hits his peak. Yeah. So.
Like I say, literally him saying either way, even if he does do well next season, it's a 5-year contract. The 5 year, the length of it is really as a backup in case things don't work out, so they can still make something out of it. As we keep trying to say, it's not the end of the world. Just because looks like Eddie's staying, doesn't mean we're not going to sign other strikers, because we can't do a season with one striker.
No, exactly.
That's the effect all we've got now. If Eddie's staying, because Laka's going to go, but no Uber. Balogun's going to go back out on loan, I say, to another championship team or what. You're either going
hopefully Premier
championship team or one of the three that have come up. He'll go to.
Yeah, I hope he goes to the Premier League.
get some
Great.
experience, get a full year worth of experience, and see what goes on there. But as I say, we can't function with one striker because any club no club can function with one striker.
No, of course not. No,
unless you're Man City, you can afford to fucking just square pegs and holes and all that. That's Man City for you.
It's so good to see Mourinho lose this final. So desperately want Feyenoord to win.
It's sort of typical. The way it started, Feyenoord, as I say, have been more potent attacking threat when they're going forward. One set. And Roma just doing what you expect from a Mourinho team, sitting back and trying to soak it up.
Yeah.
Also, it's going off into the Johnny Depp thing. So someone's screaming because someone's watching the live case, and they've just gone off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So was it Kate Moss got called to the stand?
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was first.
I haven't followed any of it, honestly.
I've
seen a few bits and pieces about it on Twitter and that, but
I've dipped in and out every now and then. But yeah, yeah, because initially Kate Moss wasn't meant to be part of this court proceedings, but Amber Heard, being Amber Heard, had to mention her name when she was giving a testimony or whatever you call it. So as soon as he said that, Johnny Depp made sure it was okay and went and approached her to be witnessed on it to defend him, basically. So it's not for 2 minutes. It was a live feed from the UK, but yeah.
I was in the same pub as Kate Moss on New Year's Eve one year.
Aren't you lucky?
Back in the 90s in Croydon. Yeah, but she's in a couple of nights out where I was. She's from Croydon, that area. Yeah, and I walked into this New Year's Eve party at a pub, and yeah, there she was.
I bet that was busy that night then, even busier than what it would have been.
Yeah, it was. Well, it's like a ticket only event, so it was only going to be limited anyway. But yeah, she just got crowds of people around her the whole time. She's obviously still quite young at that point.
Oh, Henrik's down. Not looking good. But he ain't looking. No, that's not good for Henrik.
Yeah, he couldn't play in the Europa League final, and now he's not. Now he's out of this one after 15 minutes.
Couldn't play couldn't play in our one because of the political stance of his home country in Baku.
There's Ainsley on the bench.
His life was at risk, basically. No matter what UEFA said, his life was at risk. Fast forward a few years, he's made a Conference League final. 15 minutes later, he's got 15 minutes in. He's got to come off.
Gutted.
Jesus Christ.
There's Ainsley. Yep. Hope he gets on as well.
Sergio's coming on. Yeah, I reckon at some point, if things are going according to Mourinho's planning, I think Angel will be brought on. But this is the thing. Ainsley started off his loan spell back in January, starting for Mourinho's Roma team.
He didn't start many games.
He's been on the bench most of this time, hasn't he?
He's been on the bench. I think he's made one appearance since about February as a starter, and then just 10, 15 minutes here and there off the bench.
I mean, are we concerned about him coming back and not really getting any game time elsewhere? The whole point of him going out and loan is to get game time and prove a point. He hasn't got what he wanted, like he did at West. It's pretty much similar to West Brom. Didn't get what he wanted. They're going to come back like a fucking petulant child again.
I think he surely knows, and his agent would surely know how many games he would have got this year if he'd have stayed. He would have played at least 20-odd games, the games that
in January alone.
Cedric's had.
In January alone as well, just in January, he would have played pretty much every game that month.
Yeah.
If he'd stayed. Because literally had Xhaka just coming back from an injury, had to rush in back because of the situation. The partner Sambi, he then got suspended. Partey comes back, he gets suspended. He's out for a few games, so he would have got a good month's worth for the month and a half worth of games there in League Cup semi-finals, FA Cup against Forest. He would have played in that as well.
He literally could have played in pretty much every single game, because if he wasn't playing at right back when Tomiyasu was out, he could have played at left back because Tierney's been out.
Yeah.
Surely he knows that. And I mean, what would you rather? Him come back and replace Cedric in the squad? Because I know what I'd rather. I'd rather keep Ainsley and sell Cedric.
Oh, no,
that's for sure.
My concern is he's still going to come back though, saying he wants to play midfield when he clearly, wherever he's gone, he's saying something. When Sam Allardyce has come out on public TV and said, "I told Ainsley after his own goal,
take what you get.
Take what you get at Arsenal, because you're not going to make it as a central midfielder."
He's not played 1 minute of central midfield for Roma.
No.
He's only ever played at fullback. So sometime he's surely got to realise that that's his position and make it his own, because I'm telling you now, if he really, really concentrated in learning that role from top to bottom, which you should know by now, then he could be an outstanding fullback. He's got all the attributes to be a very, very, very good fullback.
That's how he got noticed by Southgate to get an England squad for his debut and all that. Because he was being a versatile fullback, basically, because of right back and left wing back. That's how he got an England squad. And it's like he's the stubbornness inside of him up to this point is effectively screwing his own career, really, because he's getting no game time. What's he, 23, 24 now? He's
24, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
He's still pretty, still a young player. He's got his whole career ahead of him. Got another 10 years. 10 years left, of his career. So if he stopped this nonsense.
So even Arsene Wenger played him at fullback, of crying out loud. He's regarded as one of our, if not our greatest manager we've had, and one of the greatest managers in the Premier League. And he's given you a position to fill a void at one point. Emery's then took that sort of nugget. He's tried putting you there. Arteta has as well. Again, if we went for Arteta,
go on, Reece,
doing it across the line, he doesn't get anything called up. It's like he doesn't realise that there's a position. As you say, there's a position clearly there. There's a void there for him to take and grab. We've been saying it for about a year now. We've been saying this: go out and grab it. But having inside of him doesn't want to do that, and it's stunting his career massively.
And he should embrace the fact that he can play in several positions.
Yeah.
As well, because it makes him much more valuable as a player, and it gives him more opportunities within the squad. It's just it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, he's not going to get a bigger club than Arsenal that would use him as a regular player week in, week out. And he's the club that he supposedly should be loved from being at the club since a small kid.
Well, Ian Brady brought him in, didn't he, before he retired?
But we'll see. But I'd like to keep him around. That's for sure. He's a very, very useful squad player.
He just needs to realise that exactly what you just said there. If he can realise that and take that on from here on in. I mean, how many players, as you say, would kill to be as versatile as he's shown in terms of playing right back, right wing back, left wing back,
and doing a decent job in midfield when needed, when called upon.
When needed, he gets.
That's another reason why he would have played every game since January, because Tomiyasu being out, Tierney being out, as already mentioned, but also Partey being out, Xhaka being suspended.
Exactly.
There's always been a place for him in every starting 11 since January, since he left, pretty much. But anyway, conversation going on in the chat about El Neni being re-signed, saying, because Colonel saying one of his Man City mates saying he's not good enough. But yeah, and Colonel quite rightly said not everyone is a City or PSG and can have like world-class players sitting on the bench week in, week out. Don't get me wrong, we need a new midfielder, but I'd truly like to know how much we have to spend. Like you said, it doesn't. We should definitely.
Sorry, we're being told around 250, not 250, around 200 million.
Yeah.
150 to 200 million, we're being told. It's a war chest.
And that's that could probably increase depending on how much, if we can get some half decent sales in as well, which hopefully we'll start getting a few more players sold rather than just sent out on loan or given away for free.
Well, also Lacazette's wages will help as well, I think. Getting Lacazette his wages off the book, assuming he's not going to get a new contract. That's what, with all due respect. There's massive wages there that have been freed up as well. So that'll counterpart towards increasing what we can spend as well.
Yeah,
we've got Bellerin coming back who wants to go back to Betis. So there's an avenue there. We can get some money there for Hector.
Yeah,
I think I don't know the Tavella thing. I don't know what's going on there because apparently, is it Fiorentina? Is that, isn't it? They can't afford.
Yeah, they're trying to.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so sent him back, trying to get him on the cheap. We said no, so they said, "All right, well, deal's off then."
Okay.
And they're just being stupid.
Not going on this. Go on, Rick. Oh, okay. Also, we're getting money for Guendouzi as well. Come the 1st of June.
Yeah.
So yeah, who else has been out on loan? I'm trying to think now.
We've got money for Mavropanos. That's all sorted.
Yeah, he's gone to Stuttgart.
Obviously, Saliba's coming back. Hopefully, he'll come back into team. That'd be exciting to see him challenging for next season for the place as well. Can't wait to see him. I haven't heard anything about Pablo Mari. He really wants to stay in Italy, so hopefully that will happen.
There's an avenue there as well for some money as well.
I heard about 12 to 15 million for him, which would be nice.
Bit of profit then from what we paid for him then.
Yeah, well, we just have to hope that all this actually happens this time rather than just all falling flat, because our sales have been terrible, haven't they? There might be a few other ones, like Daniel Ballard might stay at Millwall permanently. He's been one of the best central defenders in the Championship this season.
Apparently, there's a confirmation, not official confirmation from the club, but rumours going about that basically we're happy to let him go basically on a permanent basis. And lots of Millwall, some other Championship clubs and Premier League clubs are interested, and a few Bundesliga clubs are interested apparently.
Yeah, he's a really good player, honestly. He's genuinely been statistically one of the best central defenders in the Championship. He was out of the side for 6 games and he didn't win any of them. And then he came back and they won them, started winning again. He's full international.
Yeah.
Has been for a long time in Northern Ireland. So very, very good quality player, but obviously highly doubtful he'll ever going to get his chance to make it at Arsenal.
Not when we've got, with all due respect, not when you've got Gabriel, Ben White and Saliba.
Exactly, yeah. Well, what I suggested was, as a fourth choice, if Rob Holding rumours that were knocking about a while ago that he wants to go and get first team football elsewhere, if we were to sell him, then Ballard can come in and be a full, backup for him potentially, because he's a very similar player to Holding, but he's not like a absolutely amazing with his ball playing like a central defender, like Ben White or anything. He's more of a no nonsense central defender. Wins every single aerial duel, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Ground duel, don't get dribbled past. That type of player. So I mean, he as someone that can just be on the bench for cover and playing Europa League, then he'd be ideal for that, rather than having to go out and buy another one. And plus, we've got Omar Rekik coming through, who's another international. I mean, we've got. I think I was listening to that Away from HLM podcast today and from last week, and we've got five academy players that play regularly for the under-23s who are full internationals. I mean, how many clubs can say that?
No, exactly. Again, we keep saying it, massive props to, because all this has sort of emerged in terms of how well that's come about since Per Mertesacker's gone over and took over to be the manager over the side of things.
Yeah, exactly. That's really impressive.
And was it one of the young lads to say it's on a new contract as well? I can't believe it was now. But it's on a professional contract. I can't believe it was. I'll have a look at it later at half time. I'll get my phone over there and say, have a look.
Yeah, I haven't seen the news today, so.
Today or yesterday, wasn't it? The last couple of days it was. I might as well have seen it today. But yeah, so one of the young lads, again, signed professional contract.
Oh, good.
I'll have a look in a sec.
Ooh.
I've got my tickets for Seville, by the way, as in Arsenal play Seville in the Emirates Cup. I've got that sorted today as well.
Oh, are they on sale now?
Went on sale today, apparently, yeah. I didn't know. I got no email, nothing.
Yeah.
The only reason I found out, Joe said the only reason I found out is because I got an email about sorting my membership out.
I need to get some for me and the boys to go down there. Be good to get a group of people so we can meet up on that day. But yeah, I need to because I haven't had membership this season. My membership lapsed, so it's not open. The sale's not open to the general public yet, is it?
I don't think so. Actually,
I think it's just members at the moment.
I think it's just a renewal. They're getting the season tickets and all that renewed now, and then I think is it like a few weeks, 2 to 3 weeks time. I'll double check that. And I'll let you know on that later on.
Well, yeah, I'm going to be joining the membership for this coming season anyway, but. Hello to BX Gunner as well, joined us in the chat.
Yeah,
sorry, say that again.
I was going to say I'll try and get a few away games in next season. They've been for ages now. Yeah, BX Gunner's in the chat as well. Colonel Ainsley as well. Ainsley needs, this is what Colonel's saying. Ainsley needs to make his mind up in his position, what we were saying earlier, basically. Because I watch him midfielder not good enough, but at right back. Yeah, we're basically confirming what we were saying before, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Man wouldn't play right back for Arsenal, leaves and plays right back for Roma. Well, whenever he has got on the pitch, he's played right back, but that's not been very often.
No,
Gary.
The bloody irony.
Can't coach to strength of playing in that positions.
I think that's why we're going after that Aaron Hickley guy.
I really, really hope we get him. You know, I really like. The more I see of him, the more I like that player. He's got everything. It looks like he's got everything. He's really two-footed. He's very, very similar to Tomiyasu, but he's a bit better at attacking than Tomiyasu is. He can score goals. I think he scored 5 goals. Balls!
It was
I'm just about to see it now.
Yeah, it was a poor goal. It was a poor goal to concede.
Poor defending that was. Yeah, really poor defending that was.
I will say it's good fun to play. The game sort of petered out a bit, but it still gets some fun to play that.
Yeah, it is. Just got caught out by just an old-fashioned up and under, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh
He
yeah, I
gets
just
lucky at the
realised
first
that's
touch.
Chris Smalling. His hair's totally
Different, yeah.
really long now. Nice little finish, but poor defending in the end.
Yeah. Again, he gets lucky at the first touch as well.
Mm.
There's no defender around to sort of hook it out for a fucking corner.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You just
Come on,
scored.
FEYENOORD. Yeah, come on, FEYENOORD.
Oh, God. I think the annoying thing is now, because Roma got that goal, we know Marino's going to go, right, really park the bus now. What did you see? Was it AC Milan won the league title over the weekend? And what was it? Maldini's son plays. I didn't know this, but Maldini's son actually is part of the first team.
Yeah. Yeah, he's had a bit more of a sort of a bit part role this year, but he's only because obviously his age, but he's turning into a good player, isn't he?
I mean, no pressure on that. I mean, that's 3 generations of Maldinis now playing for AC Milan.
I know,
No
it's
pressure.
mad, isn't it?
No pressure, especially who his dad was as well.
It's madness.
Oh, Terry,
Oh, come on, you could have flicked it out to Reece then. He was all on his own. Bit fired up, old Tammy, isn't he?
It's got like the pundits were saying before kickoff. He's got that point of proof, hasn't he? Big turn up. He's got to turn up for the big game, hasn't he? Sort of prove he can do that. Especially if he's been linked back to Arsenal, come back to Arsenal and all that.
Showed a good bit of pace, but yeah, just let himself down with a bit of close control there, didn't he? But
how to blow up bananas to the thing? We're in 2022. Fans are literally throwing blow up bananas.
Oh yeah, I just saw it.
Pitch.
Is that what I think it is? Is that like a racist thing or what?
I don't know. But it's just random. The 2 blow up bananas are just random on the pitch. Well, near the pitch anyway.
Unfortunately, I think it's a racist thing.
Again, some certain idiots and certain fan bases won't surprise you. But yeah. Well, UEFA obviously looking into that. Obviously, that is the case.
Yeah. He's not been removed either. I can still see him on the side of the pitch.
Flares have gone off as well, by the looks of it. Someone set a flare off in the stands. Oh, here we go. Bit of an argy-bargy now.
Oh, yeah. Chris Smalling.
It's a bit of half a dozen the other, really, from both of them. They're both holding each other's shirts there. So,
exactly. I don't know why everyone feels like they have to get involved and all. I think when the player, because neither of them was being bullied, they're both standing up for themselves. I mean,
yeah.
Just let them get on with it. You haven't got to run from one end of the pitch to the other to get involved.
No. Colonel saying in the chat, I love Julio Baptista, but I think that's because I remember the 4 goals he scored against Liverpool in the League Cup. Was it quarterfinals? Yeah, quarterfinals against Liverpool. It was 4 goals with him and 4 goals. 4 goals or a hat trick for Eddie. It was a hat trick. I think now. No, it was 6, wasn't it? So it will be 4 for him and 2 for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Where did that come from anyway? That comment. I mean, that's a bit random.
Bottom of my screen.
Oh no, I can see it. But
Oh no, I just come out now. I think I was talking about
just like, oh, I love Julio Baptista. Just a bit random, that's all. But yeah, fair enough, mate. I was really excited when we got him. I mean, overall, he's a bit of a letdown, I think. But overjoyed when we signed him. But yeah, I don't think he lived up to expectations.
Yeah, I just think he didn't. He just wasn't. Again, who did we have? Because obviously he came to us as he was a striker, basically, wasn't he? Up to big Brazilian bulldozer striker. He wasn't the typical Brazilian either, in terms of a.
No, he's massive.
He was, I remember, what was it, near the end of the season, he literally scored a goal against Reading, and he just literally bulldozed his way through the actual defence. Literally used his his torso to get through the defence. That's how much of a brick house he was. But
yeah, I
think that, again, being that from even back then, he wasn't, as I say, the typical Brazilian back then. And what we had Van Persie and Adebayor in terms of a striker, that always got to be ahead of him. Didn't we get Eduardo afterwards, didn't we, as well? Because of Baptista didn't work out.
Yeah,
we had Van Persie, we had Adebayor, who was settling in, and he just didn't get the game time to sort of, league-wise anyway, to sort of get himself a permanent move to the Arsenal. Because like I was buzzing when we got him, absolutely buzzing. Couldn't believe it.
I know. He had a big reputation, didn't he? But the thing is, he'd have one amazing game like that game against Liverpool, and stuff, but then just be absolutely shocking for weeks on end afterwards. Whenever he was playing, he just never got a good run of form together over a consistent period of time. But he looked even bigger than he was, because remember the shirts we wore at the time. The shirts were absolutely massive, like really baggy, weren't they? Made him look even bigger.
Because he was part of the loan switch, wasn't it? It was a loan swap for Reyes.
That's right.
And obviously, I think Reyes then ended up fully leaving, didn't he? Did he? He went to Atletico, I think, after his loan spell, didn't he? For a couple of years, and then
yeah,
did a tour of Spain in the end, I think. Reyes.
It was so sad, what happened to him. And I mean, it's a stupid thing he did, but he was due to come over to be a coach at Arsenal that summer as well, when Arteta took over.
First shot from final on target. Nearly got the goalkeeper out. And he looks like he's got a head injury.
Oh, yeah.
That's smacking the head. Oh, yeah. Defenders just lumps him in the back of his head. With his elbow.
That's got to be looked at from VAR, isn't it?
I mean, Rui Patricio makes a big deal out of that, but you'd think so. Because I say the defenders and the attackers there, the defender just randomly just goes like that, back of his head.
Yeah. Goalkeeper was lucky though with that shot, really, from distance, because he completely fumbled it.
No, it doesn't look like they're looking into it. Yeah, don't get us started on Robinho, Colonel. Bloody hell. Fucking poor guy.
Robinho, yeah.
Yeah, the guy 40 time for Chelsea ended up at Manchester.
So funny. Manchester, yeah, it's in London. Oh dear. He was terrible at Man City, wasn't he? God.
Yeah. The league was.
It didn't even look like he was trying.
Yeah. He just thought, oh, here I am, sort of thing. I'm the biggest thing that sits sliced bread. And that was under the old ownership, wasn't it? Was it that? Was it that? No. It was the first.
No.
It was the first one of this regime, wasn't it? Yeah, actually.
It was literally because they took over only about a week or two before the end of the transfer window, didn't they? Or a week, I think.
Yeah.
And they literally just thought, who can we buy? And they bought him within a day or two of taking over the club.
I think it was like 24 hours of officially being the owners when it made a statement signing. He had to be the statement.
Mm.
Go on. They've had away.
He didn't want to go there at all. He just
no. As I said, he thought he was going to Chelsea. He actually thought he was going to Chelsea.
Yeah, but I don't even think he wanted to leave Real Madrid when he came from.
Yeah, Real Madrid he came from, but yeah,
they just sold him.
Yeah,
cashed him. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, because of how the Liga was back then, it was more suited to how he was as a player. But it's just never really. I think part of the reason why he came here with the hype is because people expected to see that in the Premier League. It was like, well, it's never going to happen, especially the team at Man City at the time where it was at the start.
Of course. I think because he never wanted to leave Real Madrid and didn't even know where he was going, and because he didn't want to leave in the first place, he just never settled, and it looked like he never even tried. He thought, well, I don't want to be here anyway.
No.
It's a funny thing that was.
I think what sort of didn't help Man City at the time was it in the January window, the first January window afterwards, they pursued Kaká, didn't they? And the whole window is sort of it's going to happen. They're in talks, they've agreed a fee, VC and all that. And it turned out the deal fell through, and Kaká came out publicly said, it's not my fault it didn't work. It just got to a point where the vibe was the club Man City it was like they didn't believe that I wanted to join them. They didn't believe in what they were doing. So it's just, they don't. He pulled. That's the reason why he pulled out in the end, because it's like, if you're thinking that, what does that tell me about you? Go on, Reece, go on. What's it they got?
Reece has moved really central, if you noticed. His last 5-10 minutes, he's been playing really centrally.
Yeah. Ooh.
Good shot with his left.
4 minutes on this one as well.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it's a bit flappy, isn't the old Rui Patricio? Selinga Rui Patricio.
Yeah, I don't remember him being this flappy at fucking Wolves, especially against us.
No. Here's that question from Colonel saying, do you think Anelka would have been better than Henry if we'd have kept him?
It's not. I think it's more the question of would have kept him. It's more of if he'd stayed. We wanted him to stay. It's him that thought he was bigger and better than where he was at the time. Was he 19, 20 at the time?
Yeah.
He believed that obviously he was bigger and better than Arsenal. I think if he hadn't had that mindset and basically, he had stayed with us, we don't go and get Henry. And I think, there's a potential there that especially at that time of his career, he could have been a lot better than what Henry was, but he made his choices. There's a reason why he went to like every club in the Premier League in the end, because he just I mean,
his brother ruined his career.
Because his brothers were the agent. His agents from day one, and they just chased the money. From you could tell.
But I mean, taking all that sort of stuff away, and his moodiness and his attitude and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, genuinely, I think if you hear interviews with a lot of his teammates at Arsenal at the time when he came through, they literally could not believe what they were seeing in training and how good he was at such a young age.
Yeah.
could he have been better than Henry? I mean, you
never know,
it's impossible to say. But when you look at Henry, it's impossible to say who could possibly have ever been better than Henry doing what he did. But he could have gone on to be Arsenal's greatest ever all-time record goal scorer. That's for sure. He had everything, didn't he, at such a young age? But he ruined his. Excuse me, I've got hiccups. He ruined his career by listening to his stupid brother and got too greedy.
I think it's still on there as well. There's that documentary on Netflix. I mean, it's not. You have to read the subtitles because it's all.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched that yet. Yeah, I haven't watched that documentary yet.
Talking of his brother, when he only went on loan to Liverpool for 6 months. I think it's that 2002, the year we won a double, basically, 02. He joined there halfway through the season on loan. There's a sort of a gentleman's Gerard Houllier pops up on there. He says there was an agreement in place for him to come to us permanently, but the fee being agreed with the parent club and all that, this, that, and the other. And at the last minute, his brother gets involved and starts demanding more money.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the same thing with what's his name? Who's that midfielder we were linked with a couple of summers ago from Leon and
Awa.
That's it, yeah. Husam Awa. He's got the same kind of thing going on with his brother, isn't
he? Yeah.
And he's going to end up ruining his career. If you should keep family and business separate, shouldn't you? You should never go do that. You try and think, rather than paying an agent, I'll let my brother earn some money or whatever. But it's not good for your career. Oh, I don't think FEYENOORD deserved to be behind in this game.
No. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, that's called half time. There you go, half time. But no, ROMA, they haven't really done anything as a goal threat, whereas FEYENOORD, when they've had the ball, they're a lot more threatening.
Yeah, they're a much better team to watch, FEYENOORD.
Yeah.
No, they don't. It's a shame, really, but I hope they come back in the second half.
Yeah. Reece
get more on the ball. He's not had the ball enough in that half. They need to get it to him a bit more.
He's shown in the last few minutes there when the ball was getting to him. He was obviously, as you say, going more central and putting the defence all over the place.
Yeah, it must have been like something the manager wanted him to do because he definitely went into centre forward position. Quite interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting one that is about Anelka because it's one of the biggest, one of the best sort of returns on investment you could ever think of. We paid £500,000 for him, didn't we? And sold him for 23.5 million quid. So it's not bad. I mean, how long was he there? He was with us about 2 seasons, wasn't he? That was all.
I think so, yeah.
Anelka. So made 23 million quid on him in 2 seasons.
Yeah, sounds about right. And for that, again, back then, we'd have to have, 20 years old? 19, it's got to turn 20. And you look at that, what was he, 18 or something when he came in at Arsenal in that 98.
I don't know if it's you that's, or my internet or your internet, but you keep sort of losing connection type thing. So I don't know if it's you or me.
Fine, my end. Seems it anyway.
Do I keep breaking up or not?
Not my end, no. No, there's no issues here.
Oh, that's all right then. That's good. Saw the Anelka video. Seems he knew the mistakes he made and misses he has. Seems content with how things played out. Could be better and allow it to affect his life. Doesn't seem like it has. I mean, let's be fair, mate. He must have made absolutely tons of money. The amount of times he's had transfers for a decent fee, and when you bear in mind that every single time you move club, you get about 10% of whatever the transfer fee is every single time, plus the wages that he's been on over the years. He had quite a long career in the end. He must have made a shit ton of money. So I think he can live with that, yeah. But he could have been so much more. He could have been one of France's greatest ever strikers. The talent he had. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure he realises he made mistakes, but when he's sitting on millions and millions and millions of pounds in the bank, I'm sure it eases the pain a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he won a lot of trophies along the way. Don't get me wrong. You know, with all clubs he was at.
Yeah. What? The one Champions League title to his name. Again, what was he? That was when he left Arsenal. 2 Real Madrid, wasn't it? So I think now. When was that? What year? I can't remember what year that was now.
Oh, I can't remember. I'm
But
bad at
basically,
things
yeah,
like that.
even in the documentary itself, it's touched on that season in particular. Because half he obviously goes there, thinking he's you know what, gets dropped, doesn't like he's been dropped, and it all kicks off between him and the manager. And the manager just completely drops him for the rest of the season until that final. I think after that, he didn't play in another Champions League final until Moscow with Chelsea, and they lost it on pens.
He missed one of the penalties as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
it was him and John Terry, the famous slip.
Yeah, his penalty was the sudden death penalty as well. So yeah, John Terry did it, but then he did the there you go, Van, as well. You have it basically.
Yeah. Colonel said that we're both fine coming across. There's no issue with the internet, so that's good.
That's cool.
Put my mind at rest. And then, any of you have the original green Arsenal shirt? Do you know what, Colonel? A lot of people go mad about that shirt, and I never like it. I never liked it then, and I still don't like it now.
I wasn't even born until a few years later.
I know. Well, I thought it was awful then. I bought every kit when I was a kid, but that's one kit I thought, no, I'm not even going out and buying that. I still don't like it to this day.
It's just that green and navy, like the green itself, and then like navy blue sleeves.
Awful. I think
doesn't look right.
A lot of people love it, but it's obviously completely down to taste. But it's not my taste at all. I just think green is not right for a football kit in any circumstances, as far as I'm concerned. It's a goalkeeper's shirt.
Apart from goalkeeper's shirt, yeah.
I don't like any football kits in green. But like I say, obviously goalkeeper's fine. That's a different situation, but not for the outfield players. I just don't like it.
We've got another question from Gary. One second. Question. Andrew, one second, we can keep still. Seems the answer of Henri, go many trophies versus Anelka money, I guess answers the questions of what if things worked out for both of them.
Yeah, exactly. You can't say that Henri didn't fulfil his potential, whereas Anelka arguably didn't. Even though he still had a glittering career, I think he still could have done a lot better if his mind was more on the football.
Yeah.
But like I say, I'm sure the multi-millionaire lifestyle completely puts those sort of worries to one side a little bit for him. But I do honestly think he could have done even better than he did, even though he still did win a lot of trophies. Well, yeah, I'll have to watch that. It's something I keep forgetting about, if I'm honest, to watch that Anelka documentary. Be quite interesting.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Beat's going to say that Nelka still won a few big trophies. He did, but it was just like in spurts though over his career. It wasn't like throughout the career, like boom, 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 every year or 2 years. It was every few. It was like mainly Arsenal the double. Then it was obviously Real Madrid Champions League and La Liga. Then he came back to England with Bolton. It was like he was there for Bolton for a couple of years, 2-3 years. And he went
It doesn't bear thinking. It's just unbelievable to think he played for Bolton Wanderers.
No, was it? No, they went Liverpool
Anelka.
Bolton. Yeah, the Liverpool loan. And because that fell through. That's why he went to Bolton in the end. He was there for his. It's
mad,
unbelievable
isn't it?
how he ended up there. It's crazy, but he ended up there for a few years, and then even West Brom was a bit of a weird one. That was weird.
That's equally as mad to think he played for West Brom as well. Yeah. He retired after West Brom, didn't he?
Yeah,
is that
because
right?
of the.
I think he.
Was it West Brom? I think. Yeah, it might have been.
I'm sure he. I think that was his last club, which is mad. We should have bought him back though in the early days when it didn't work out at Real Madrid, but I think you know what Wenger's like with burnt bridges and all that.
I think, as you say, with the brother as well. But I think it was with the brother as well. Being that he was still around, I think that was sort of a no go for Wenger. It was like, no, it's not worth the aggro.
We needed a goal scorer that season. That I can't remember what season it was now. My memory's like getting bad, but was it about 2000 and? I can't remember. There was a season where we were really umming and ahhing, thought we should have brought him back because we were really short of a goal scorer at that point. The memory's got completely gone.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Oh, in the Emirates era.
08, was it? 07, 08?
Yeah, before he went to Chelsea, yeah. From Bolton.
Yeah. There's another one that's right. There's another one because he went to Chelsea instead, like similar to what happened with Cesc. Because we were crying out for a goal scorer at that point, and a lot of people were thinking we should have brought him back from Bolton. But it didn't happen. Yeah, and then he went on to be, like Colonel said, wasn't he a top goal scorer for Chelsea? I think he was that season, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And that's why
when Eduardo
rankled a bit. It rankled a bit, didn't it?
But it's going to say when Eduardo got injured.
Yeah, that's it. So that was 08 then, wasn't it? Was it 08? It might have been 08, 09 in that case, or was it 07?
I think it was 07, 08, I think.
Yeah.
I think 06, 07. 06, 07 was the first season. 07, 08.
07, 08 it was, yeah. Right. That's right, because we were, and he could have been a difference for us that season. And he wouldn't have cost the earth, I don't think, at that point either. Well, I just really hope Feyenoord can pull it back this half.
Yeah. Hopefully. Otherwise, we're going to have a bloody arrogant Mourinho for the whole summer.
Yeah, I know.
Oh dear. Behave yourself, BX. JJ back on top. Bloody hell. you have to Tottenham fans calling for him to come back.
Colonel saying it would been 09-10. as Man United won 3 Premier Leagues in a row.
It might have been then as well, but obviously, I think the first time would have been 07-08.
Definitely, yeah.
And I think maybe at the end of his
Yeah,
Chelsea time, we would probably linked to him as well, yeah.
But it was definitely when he left Bolton. That was the time.
Mm.
I think we could have won the league if we'd have got him.
Yeah.
There's so many of those stories, though, isn't there? If only we'd have got him, it could have been a different story. Let's hope it's not another one next season. Let's hope we can get the striker we need this summer.
Oh, dear, we've got the whole side to do it now. They've got longer than a month to do it, put it that way.
I've got a good feeling now that we might get a bit of a good chunk of the business done fairly early. It does seem to be in the press, like when you read things like The Athletic and all that sort of stuff, it does seem to be a bit more convincing at the moment. It doesn't normally get such good, strong stories so quickly, and the window hasn't even opened yet, and it's really quite strong with regards to Tielemans and Jesus and things like that. So it gives me a little bit of encouragement that it might be a little bit different this year, especially like I said, with the league starting earlier than normal, and with players wanting to get deals done earlier because of international football and wanting to keep their places or get a place in their international team for the World Cup. It does make a bit of a difference for them to get the move done earlier this summer.
Yeah, I just found that the Arsenal Academy tweet that put out. I've sent the link over to you on the DMs.
What's that? Sorry, you sent what?
The player that signed a new contract today.
Oh yeah.
So,
who was?
19-year-old Romanian youth international joined our academy as a.
Oh, Katlin Serjan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, he's a good attacking midfielder. I'm friends with his dad on Facebook. I have a few conversations with his dad about him. He's just come back from a terrible injury, or just coming back from a terrible. He's out for a long time. He'll be a good addition to the under-23s again next year because he was showing an awful lot of promise. He was number 10.
UEFA someone tweeted out. UEFA have announced that next season's Europa League group stage will be completed in 8 weeks instead of the usual 12 weeks. So it's all done before the World Cup gets underway, basically.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did read that actually. I did know that. Yeah. Right, they're all back out for second half.
Yeah, Tammy Abraham standing over the ball, ready to kick off.
And Gary's saying looks like Chelsea might be interested in Sterling. I haven't seen that story. Can't see City losing both Jesus and Sterling. Arsenal need to make it happen if they want the deal done, right? Yeah, couldn't agree more. And BX said how Schuker didn't work out baffles me. Well, we got him when he was quite old, right at the end of his career. I think he retired early. BX. It wasn't because it didn't work out. I really liked him when he was at Arsenal. He's got one of the best left foots I've ever seen.
Yeah,
but yeah, he just. I'm sure I'm right. So one of you might be able to tell me in the chat there that he retired when he left Arsenal quite young, in his 32 or something, 33. So
something like that. Look, one sec.
We know 3 transfers: Tielemans, Marquinhos, and Jesus. Who else though? Well, obviously we've got Trusty the process.
Trusty the process. We've got the goalkeeper as well.
Mark Matt Turner. Yeah. So there's 5. But no, yeah. I mean, that's the big question, and it's very going to be quite an exciting summer, really, or worrying summer, traumatic summer, but exciting at the same time.
Ooh,
Hopefully.
Arsenal's gone. How's that not 1-1? Final will come out fighting in the
Just,
second. A lot more
just,
intent.
just about to watch it now. Oh my God! Hit the post.
Hit the post and
Oh,
it comes up
geez.
again. Goalkeeper save.
Oh, bloody hell! And the goalkeeper pumping the air like as if he just scored a goal. He knew how important that was. Oh, good Jesus!
Suka retired in 2003. He did 1 season at Arsenal, 99-2000 season. He did the 2000-2001 season at West Ham. Then 2 seasons,
Oh God,
2001
yeah.
2003, at 8, and retired afterwards at 18-16 Munich.
Ah, there you go. I got that completely wrong. Thank you for letting me know. I forgot about the West Ham year. Completely forgot about that.
All potential penalty
Yeah.
check. There's penalty
Oh,
check.
good. Oh, come on.
VAR checking 1 sec. Have a look. Check over. What's going on? Play on. Corner. There's still a corner though. Still corner to Feyenoord.
Well, they come out, like you said, come out fighting this half.
Can I say Liverpool on the hunt as well? They sound mine. I don't think they are because they've got, as you say, we were saying before, they've got Salah. If Mane goes to Salah, staying for at least to run his contract out. Then we've got Salah now. You've got Jota, Firmino, and
Diaz, and now they've got Carvalho and all.
Carvalho as well. Yeah, so I don't see them breaking their necks if they did lose Mane this window. Breaking the necks to replace him because they've got, like, as you say, even though Carvalho's a youngster, they've still got 4 senior players they can work with.
Yeah, but also, I mean, Diaz is only a youngster as well, isn't he? But he's like just straight away become a starter. There's no reason to say that Carvalho might not do the same.
And that's what I'm saying. They're not exactly going to break. If they did lose Mane, they're not going to have to break their necks to replace him because they've got enough numbers to cope, basically, as you say.
Yeah, I mean, Neves is always going to be there or thereabouts in the gossip, isn't he? We know we're always linked with him heavily. Neto, yeah, I mean, I like the fact that he's come back and he's really starting to, well, obviously the season's finished up, he was really starting to sort of hit the sort of form he showed before that terrible injury he had. Because that was always going to be a worry how he came back from that. He was out for what,
long save! Time. Onto the post crossbar. Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Feyenoord are really going for him now.
They're all over him, aren't they? I love the way they play football. The attacking intent. Oh, brilliant save. Jesus, they're so unlucky. It's unbelievable. They should not be losing this game. Rui Patricio.
The chocolate didn't get touched onto it. I needed that touch.
Oh, God's sake.
Oh, what was that?
That save was unbelievable.
Oh, dear. Just needed the striker to get the touch on there.
What the hell was that?
Home. But yeah, the number 5.
I know. He's the one that had the shot in the first place, so that the keeper saved. The second one was, Jesus Christ, that was out of the Thomas Partey shot book, wasn't it?
Oh, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. That's a bit dodgy there. Yeah, that's what Tabby should be again. He should be using his street smartness and going down there. He should have gone down. If he goes down, he gets the foul.
Yeah, exactly. I just literally saw it as you were saying it.
The fact he stays up goes against him. Go on, Reece. Go on.
Yeah, Reece is back out on the right as well now.
Yeah. Oh, they're checking it now. What are they checking? Apparently they're checking it now.
It wasn't. Why are they checking it? It wasn't a penalty. It's right outside the area. There's nothing to check. They can't. VAR isn't there to check a fouls on the pitch. Only if it's like a penalty or something like that.
If it's like a red card offence, you can understand. It's not a red card offence.
No, of course not.
If he'd gone down, you could then argue because he's the last man, maybe. But even then, go on, Reece, go on. Go on, Reece, go on. That's it, that's it, defender, jump on the ball. Fucking defender jumps on the ball, gets a free kick. Reece is looking lively. He's got the ball now. A lot more than the first half.
Yeah, he is. He drifts into the central spaces really nicely to pick up those gaps.
Colonel saying in the chat, the summer of Jose Mourinho, maybe he could recreate his free advert. Yeah, work a Paddy Power again. Double free up.
I saw a Chelsea advert. I don't know whether you saw it.
Trivago.
The Chelsea advert before the game for Trivago. How embarrassing is that? Oh my God! Like Mason Mount doing his stupid dance and moonwalking. I mean, I bet they love doing that. Not
get the money. They need the money though. They go. The longer this goes on.
Go on, Reece.
Portugal. Anyone in Portugal?
Oh, come on, Arif. Oh, no, of course that's not a foul.
Portugal, EU, if you're listening, decline it. Send them packing. Don't let the deal go through. Until the 1st of June. I'm not bitter at all. Not bitter at all.
I was just about to say, I don't think it wasn't the last man. There was another defender there running in, covering as well. So,
and
it wasn't a serious enough offence anyway. To be perfectly honest, I don't think. But you see him given, but it wasn't the last man situation because there was another defender bombing in. They really look like they're clinging on. They're not hardly got out their half, have they? Apart from that Tammy Abraham where he wriggled free there. They've hardly got out their half. What the hell was that? Dreadful ball.
Ooh. There's the same replays of the start of the second half and the corner hit the post and all that.
Yeah.
And basically when the ball comes in, they slow it down.
Basically,
it's off a hand.
Down. Why didn't VAR pick that up?
That's what they were checking. As you say, the key didn't look properly. So I saw that.
That was a blatant handball then when you re-saw it. I didn't see it in real time.
No, but obviously
But-
they got to see it back. So what angle did they see? Did not see that.
God knows. You're lucky there.
But for us to see that in the replay, if we can see that, huge questions on them. Oh, behave.
Yeah, it's funny the way he's playing because Reece is like very, very central again now. It's really I wonder if he's being told to do that, to drag.
Sort of use his pace to sort of drag the defence all over the place, basically out
Yeah,
of their
because
positions.
Yeah. Come on, FEYENOORD.
Fine, no, there we go. Go on, pass back out. Corner, surely. Oh, maybe. Fine instead. We're hanging on here. They're literally hanging on by the skin of their teeth.
They've been the best team throughout the whole match, FEYENOORD.
In the box. Get in the box. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, fucking so lucky, Roma. Wasn't a foul.
Oh, come on. They really play around with their corner routines as well, FEYENOORD. They've had quite a few chances come from them, haven't they? Quite clever with the way they mix up their corners.
FEYENOORD manager's been booked.
Ooh. It was a good block by Chris Smalling, though, wasn't it? To be fair. Wonder why he's been booked. Must have been shouting his mouth off.
He's
FEYENOORD
crying
making
because
his sub.
obviously. Okay. Oh. Go on, oh, go on, go on, go on. Oh, for the love of it. He just won't fall for him. He done that small, he did the half pot, he just won't fall for him.
What? My God, what was that Roma defender doing?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Roma midfielder. The Roma midfielder that put the header all the way back to Chris Smalling. Powerfully.
Yeah.
What the hell was that all about? Oh, they so deserve a goal. Come on, right, FEYENOORD. But honestly, I would like to see that the build-up play to that chance again with the midfielder. The way I can't understand what the hell he was doing. He like a bullet header from the halfway line back to his own defenders.
Are you mad? This is typical Mourinho.
Yeah, I just heard that, what he said. Not very Mourinho-like.
This is Mourinho down to a T.
I know. Has he ever watched a Mourinho team before, this bloke? What is he, 17-year-old who doesn't know who Jose Mourinho is?
Hell. Oh, let's just have a shot. You're over passing it, guys. Oh, go on. Pass it. Reese, go. Ah, for the love of days.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, you idiot.
He showed good feet there. He's in a good position, Reece. He showed good feet, but he just didn't get enough power on the shot, did he?
No. Colonel's asking in the chat, worst offender, Sigon, Senderos, or Stefanos? Easy, Stefanos.
Well, yeah, Segan and Senderos weren't dreadful. I mean, Segan wasn't like he was probably second worst, but Senderos was half decent on his day. I think he and Segan's an invincible, believe it or not, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Made a few appearances, got his medal.
Yeah.
But Senderos, I think he was really good for a long period of time, and then he went to Fulham and had a really good career with them, didn't he?
Yeah.
But Stepanov, yeah, he was signed on the back of a joke, wasn't he? Genuinely, wasn't he?
I think the Senderos and Johan Giroud and all that, they sort of get and obviously kind of trying to move to the Emirates, they sort of got a bad rep for making mistakes and all that. I've got DVD with season reviews and all that. You look back at it, it wasn't them making mistakes of goals. It was Almunia the fucking idiot.
I know.
They did. There's one game in the 07-08 against Birmingham. Is it away to Birmingham City? And we win that game. We go top of the league with like 2 or 3 games to go. We're winning 1-0. The most random shot from what's his name? He used to play for Sunderland. Phillips.
Yeah, Kevin Phillips.
Kevin Phillips. The most random out of nowhere, just hit and hope. And fucking Almunia just goes. It goes through his hands and in the goal. And it's just like it wasn't.
Yeah.
That's such an example of how bad of a goalkeeper he really was. I don't understand how he became the number 1 after Lehmann left.
No, I know. He just didn't prioritise the goalkeeper at all, did he?
He neglected that for years, and you could tell.
He really did.
It affected the defenders because, as I say, Carlo Touré's reputation from obviously the back end of Highbury coming to the Emirates sort of took a hit. You then got Senderos, Johan Giroud, Gal Clichy, Bakary Sagna and all that, all getting bad reps for defending. When you actually look back at it, they actually did defend. They actually did do their job. The mistakes were actually coming from the last line of defence.
And Giroud was a good defender as well, really good defender. But he was a bit injury prone, unfortunately. Yeah. He was out a lot. But whenever he played, he never really let us down much. And obviously him and Senderos were the centre-back pair of Switzerland for years, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were fit. That defender, that number 5 for Feyenoord, Malacia, I think his name is. He's really impressed me in this game as well. He's really good.
Oh, here's some more subs from Roma.
Bring on Mainsley.
You've got Spensanza. There's one of the players going on. 59's going off.
Spinazzola.
Yeah, number 17.
That's the. That's the defender that had a really, really good World Cup, wasn't it? In Russia.
I think so,
Spinazzola. Yeah. He snapped his Achilles tendon and he was out for absolutely ages. I wonder how long he's been back. He was out for a good 12 to 18 months, I think. if I'm right.
Just saying it now. Yeah, the
He's got
commentators
the World Cup,
yeah.
Euros.
Euros, yeah.
Well, I didn't mean the World Cup, obviously. He was brilliant in the World Cup, wasn't he, Spinazzola? Absolutely brilliant.
Defend. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put hands on his back.
I think I said the World Cup again for the second time then. I'm absolutely losing it. I think I should go to bed.
It's World Cup year. I can let you off. It's World Cup year.
Yeah, it is. It is, yeah. Nightmare.
Go on, Riz, go on. Unlucky.
Come on, there's got to be a goal for Feyenoord in this, surely. It'd be a bloody travesty if they just end up losing this 1-0.
Or worse.
And that Mancini, is he Roberto Mancini's son that Roma have got playing for him?
I'll look into that. I don't know. Might be.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Ooh. Go. I don't think Colonel saying his reach has been that bad. I don't think he's been that bad actually. When he's on the ball, when he's got the ball, he hasn't been that bad actually.
No, he hasn't had the ball enough. This is my opinion. I think he's looked pretty decent.
He hasn't looked a threat. I'll be honest. He hasn't looked a threat. And he is causing their defence problems because he is, as you say, going from one. He ain't sticking in position. He's going from the wing and then going central. Defenders out.
Yeah. He's certainly not had a bad game. Still time for him to make himself a hero as well.
But just right there, 20 minutes to go exactly now, plus injury time. How the hell I can't believe it's still 1-0 Roma.
No, I can't. I wouldn't be surprised at all if someone comes in for that left back, that number 5.
Yeah.
Malacia. He looks really good. Come on. I'm getting really frustrated now. I've got no investment at all, obviously, in Feyenoord, apart from Reece Nelson, but I really want them to win this.
The stats show it as well. They've been the better team. They've had more of the ball. They've attacked more. Just it says it all. Roma had one opportunity, and flukily enough, it went in.
And scored. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. One defensive lapse, and that was it.
Yeah. Defend. Oh, what's a save? Gary said about if Eddie's worth 100k a week. If Eddie's getting 100k a week, that's on Arsenal. That's Arsenal's own stupidity for raising his
So
wages
sorry,
so high.
no. They basically the 100k a week came out of conversations that James McNicholas had with agents who said that that's the sort of figure that he could command by going on a free transfer.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
It's not to say that we're going to pay him 100 grand a week. I mean, I don't know. We might end up doing it because at the end of the day, it's almost the same sort of thing. We're almost pretty much signing him on a free contract ourselves as well, aren't we? Because his contract is up. But Saka, obviously, I think there's no doubt he's going to be getting a lot more than 100 grand a week when he signs a new contract with us. And I don't care, to be honest with you. The amount of money.
Reece has been taken off.
Oh, that's gutted. It's a shame.
Nelson's gone on for Lenson, and number 2, whoever that was, has gone on. Pedersen is coming on as well.
Yeah. Well, still want Feyenoord to win, regardless.
That was amazing.
Come on. Oh, I can just see Jose Mourinho's smug face right now. Oh. I think it's going to be Roma's first
European competition.
Yeah.
Because they lost the Champions League final when it was the European Cup back against Liverpool, didn't they? And then they lost the again. They lost the cup final again back in the night. Back in 91, something like that. In the 90s, it was anyway. In the 90s, they lost. And yeah.
I mean, you always think Roma is a massive club, don't you? Huge club. So when you think about, we think we've got a terrible European record with just 2 European trophies. That's unbelievable, really, that Roma have never won anything.
Yeah, never won any sort of European silverware. Yeah. Perspective, yay.
Yeah, Colonel, I'm not sure about whether Saka's being particularly greedy. It's just sadly the way of the world nowadays, isn't it? That's what you have to pay the top players to keep them at your club or to sign them.
Yeah, if anything, that's Chelsea's and Man City's fault, and now Newcastle on the bandwagon. It's their fault.
PSG. It is. Unfortunately, if we didn't pay Saka what he was worth, someone else would.
Yeah.
And more. So, but let's face it. I mean, the amount of money we've saved over the last 12 months in wages alone, well, just more than 12 months, would go back to like when we got rid of Ozil and stuff. We must be saving an absolute fortune every week for up to and including everyone that's going to leave this summer, like you said earlier, with Lacazette and so on. When you get players like Saka, then you don't mind paying that type of player what they need. It's just when you've got players like Kolasinac on 120 grand a week, that's what really burns. And obviously, Lacazette last season on 180 grand a week for less goals than Eddie Nketiah. One open play goal from Lacazette all season. One.
Jesus Christ. But again, I keep saying, he's never, since he had that knock, pre-season was before going into every second season, since he's had that, and then he took that month off partway through the start of the season, he's never been the same since. He's not the same Lacazette we had beforehand. And he just got worse and worse. I mean, earlier this season just gone, I was at the Arsenal versus Wimbledon League Cup game. He started in that, and you consider the Wimbledon, they've just been relegated as well, but at the start of the season, the League One, they were League One, and he struggled against them. It was only because he scored a penalty that he scored against the League One team. I think that's a big warning sign there.
I mean, no one can say that if Eddie had played as first choice striker this season since after Aubameyang left from December onwards, I think it was, wasn't it? That he wouldn't have scored more goals than Lacazette. He genuinely could have made the difference of us getting top four or not by just having Eddie on up front rather than Lacazette. Go on.
Oh, it's just a falling for him, for fuck's sake.
I know, it's so irritating. It's really, really annoying.
The final third, every time at the final third, they shit the bed. Or it just don't fall for him.
The ball just spins out their way and they can't just quite get it under control in the last second. And really irritating. This is the story of Jose Mourinho, isn't it?
The fucking commentator.
They're never the best side, but they always seem to jammy their way to a win. Oh. Come on, Feyenoord, God's sake.
You can see it now in the next 10 minutes, and before the whistle goes, if it stays like this, Mourinho going over to the Feyenoord fans.
Again?
Big I am.
Yeah, I know. You're taking it to the corner flag already, and it's only 80 minutes gone. Look, they are genuine. That's what they're doing.
That's Mourinho tactics, though. I don't get what
10 minutes left, though. I mean, you do that in the last minute or two.
Now. Oh, for fuck's sake, this striker.
Oh.
This striker, he should have passed it. Every time I say pass, he doesn't pass it. And now the defenders get back in position and block it.
Oh, God. Seriously, how many times have Roma got out their own half in this
Second
entire
half.
half of football?
You can probably count on one hand.
Yeah. Oh, another shot on target. Come on, final. One of these have got to go in, surely.
Oh, shut up, Savage. Stating the obvious there, but okay. How can people like him become a commentator? I thought you owned a football club as well. Macclesfield or something.
He's the director of football, yeah.
Yeah.
What you say? Roma have to score. Sorry, Feyenoord have to score, otherwise they will lose this game. Yeah.
Nah, really. I thought if it was 1-0 to the other team, the team that has no goals wins the final.
I thought they were playing pointless.
Well, producer,
I don't know. Sorry. Oh, yeah.
Well, go on, sorry.
Already. I mean, Gary, Eddie's goal record is really, really good, really strong. Even off the bench, he hasn't made that many starts for Arsenal over the years, but his goal to game ratio is actually really quite promising for someone his age. He has got a lot of bad press, and there's been a lot of occasions where he's come on as a sub and he hasn't been able to dictate the game or score us a goal. But that's what a lot of people concentrate on. They haven't concentrated on the amount of goals that he has scored. I think there's nothing to say that he couldn't improve game on game, month on month, year on year, and become a much more even better rounded player. I think he's shown that the last few games of the season that he is much more of a rounded player than he ever has been. So I'm pleased that he's staying on, even if it means that we're not getting rid of him on a free. He can give us some more service, give us hopefully improve even more, and if not, then we can sell him on. And there will always be a market for Eddie Nketiah with his record being an English striker. We'll always be able to sell him, so I don't think we'll see a downside to re-signing him on for another few years. Even if we only keep him for one more, just to give him a bit of extra breathing space and spread out the purchase of the amount of strikers that we need.
Yeah.
But I hope he really proves a lot of people wrong and continues going from strength to strength, personally. Oh, God, Roman nearly scored again then.
Yeah, Pellegrini with a shot. Good save from the goalie.
It was. This is going to be a bit of a travesty, I think. Come on, try and get us couple. Got to be time for couple more chances. Yeah, but Gary, how many games has he actually started? He didn't start all of those 59 Premier League games. You have to look at his goals per minutes ratio. That'll give you a better idea. Because how many times of those 59 Premier League games did he come on as a sub? Same standard. Just have a look. Be interesting to see how many of those games he started, how many he's come on as a sub.
Stan saying 1 goal involvement every 10 games. That's what Stan said in the chat.
Yeah, how many games did he actually start though? How many did he come on as like last 15 minutes, last 10 minutes?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to find out. How many goals and assists per minutes on the pitch? That'd be a better way of looking at it.
This is damning on Ainsley. That literally, I think the last two. I think this is the last 2 subs now from Roma.
Yeah,
He isn't coming on.
Yeah, I know. Completely and utterly wasted this loan spell. Where we said it all earlier in the show, didn't we? How many games he could have played for Arsenal this season? It's completely and utterly wasted. You can back whatever his name is. I can't remember how to pronounce it. Didn't he? Wasn't he at Brighton? I remember him being at Brighton for a while and scoring an amazing goal. He scored this one goal where I can't quite remember. I know it was a worldy goal. Once it was pretty much the only thing you can remember from his entire Brighton spell. But yeah, I'm sure it's Brighton. Yeah, especially when you consider he hasn't brought on Ainsley, even though they're defending a lead.
Yeah.
As well. So
what does that tell you? As you say, he's completely wasted 6 months of his career. For what?
Yeah.
For what reason?
So 1900 minutes in the Premier League, and he scored 10. What was that? 10 goals. I can't remember.
10 goals, I think, 2 assists. Yeah.
So.
Five minutes injury time.
Gives you a much better idea. 5 minutes. Come on, FEYENOORD.
Okay.
Wipe that smile off Mourinho's face, please. I think we've got a lot to be Arsenal themselves are to blame for the fact that he's not developed quite as quickly as we wanted him to. Because Tammy Abraham's a prime example, isn't he? I said this on a recent show. Those 2 loan spells or 3 loan spells that Tammy Abraham had in his really early career, I've got him to where he is now. He's a couple, at least 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
experience-wise, ahead of Eddie, isn't he? Because I think it was Eddie's first ever loan, wasn't it? That 6 months and his only loan at Leeds. We should have loaned him out a lot earlier. He would have bulked up. He'd have developed. He'd have got a lot more experience a lot sooner.
Even when we brought him back from Leeds because he won't get playing time, we should have just loaned him back to another team. Was loaned him back to, was it Bristol City? I think it was interested, weren't they? Or not Bristol City?
That's right. Yeah. I'm sure it was.
Bristol City.
I think you're right. I think it was Bristol City. Yeah.
As long as they could guarantee the game time, load him out there for the rest of the remainder of that season.
Yeah, we missed a trick with him.
The Feyenoord don't deserve to be losing this. They should have. They deserve a goal from this. They don't deserve to be losing this. Listen, basically in the second half. Oh, set the goalie up now. Oh god. Oh, you idiots.
Stan.
Move your fucking asses. No shit, mate. Fucking contact is so stupid.
Yeah, I know.
It's a winning team game to lose now. 2 minutes to go. No shit.
3 minutes into added on time. Yeah, I think you're right in saying that, mate. They'll be very disappointed if they lose it now. Yeah, they probably will be. Yeah. Oh, well. Mourinho'd the game again.
Yep. And Feyenoord not helping themselves by doing things like that.
I'm sorry, but anyone that can ever say that they enjoy Mourinho's football, I mean, there was a spell, I'll give him that, when he was at Chelsea, where they did play good attacking football for a little period of time.
First time,
yeah. Apart from that, though, I could not stand watching a Mourinho team week in, week out. It's so bad.
There you go, full time. Referee doesn't give that.
Jesus Christ. It's just such a travesty that they've lost this game final. It was by far the better team and much more attractive to watch. Look at them mobbing Mourinho.
Yeah.
Absolutely mobbing him.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'll ask a question. What did Tammy do today? What did Tammy Abraham do today?
Nothing. I mean, to be fair, though, the ball was hardly ever up that end of the pitch.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he wasn't really. But he's going to fucking get all the. He'll try and get all the plaudits himself and play. Act like it's all about him, basically. It's just weird in. Typical Mourinho second half. That was sit back and hope for the best. Soak up the hope for the best.
I'm going to have to turn my telly off. I can't start seeing his face. Like everyone mobbing him and
they haven't showed it
worshipping
yet.
him.
They haven't showed him yet.
I know, that's what I mean. That's why I'm going to turn my telly off before it comes on. Yeah. Gone. That's disappointing.
Yeah.
But it just shows you, I mean, FEYENOORD are a really good side. Nice to watch. totally deserved that game. But Reece didn't let himself down. He didn't get enough of the ball, but he didn't have a bad game. He fairly quiet overall. But whenever he did get the ball, he was decent. But yeah, I can't no way I can stomach that man prancing around the pitch, strutting his stuff.
There
Yeah,
it goes, Dome. So Mourinho's won all the trophies possible in the game of football.
no,
Every level in top flight football. He hasn't won Bundesliga, hasn't won League One, SPL. So not every title.
no, he hasn't won League Two or League One.
Or conference.
He hasn't won the National League South. He hasn't won the Papa John's Trophy. Oh dear. But anyway, thanks ever so much for joining me, mate. It's been a pleasure. Good way of passing the evening. Thank you to everyone in the chat. It's been really, really good. Enjoyed the chat, making me laugh as well as everything else. So, Colonel, Gary, Stan, thanks for joining us all. Everyone else that was beforehand, just scroll up.
Yeah.
God, bloody hell, my finger keeps slipping off here. Yeah, BX Gunner and everyone else. I can't quite. Scrolling things. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. And I'm not sure when the next show will be. In fact, actually, no, I am going to be doing a show next Tuesday, a full rundown of the season and what we can be looking for in the summer, and going a bit more in depth about all of the loan players that are going to be coming back as well, where we're going to be targeting, see if any of the loan players could genuinely sort of help us out this coming season moving forward. Giving the players and the squad and the manager a ranking for what they've done over the past season, and so on and so forth. So come and join us for that next Tuesday. Hopefully you're available for that, Ryan. Fingers crossed. It'd be good. It could be.
Yeah.
What have you got coming up this week? Anything? I know it's the end of the season now, but I know you're doing Watchalong on Saturday, I believe, aren't you?
Yeah, Saturday for the Champions League final between Liverpool and the idiots in Spain and Real Madrid. Sort of UEFA's worst nightmare, basically, in terms of obviously what happened a year ago, in terms of the Super League. Two teams at the 12 that went to form it are now in the final 12 months later, going for the big prize. That's like the worst nightmare for them. So, but yeah, do that, and we're also going to do the Championship playoff final on Sunday between Forest and Huddersfield. I think that's going to be a good game. I'd like to see Forest come up, because obviously it's been.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I really want Forest to win that.
So again, as a neutral, to watch some games as neutral, and then obviously come on your channel whenever you've got a show on, and then just chill until the fixtures come out and pre-season gets underway in a couple of months' time.
Yeah.
Are you around for the weekend, or are you busy?
I can't do Saturday. I'm out most of the day Saturday. If there's a chance, I'll let you know offline. But at the moment, I don't think I'll be able to do Saturday. I might be able to do the Sunday playoff final.
4:30 kickoff.
Yeah, I should be all right for that. I'll be good for that, mate. But I'll let you know on Saturday. But at the moment, don't count me in. But yeah, we'll do as many as we can during this close season, especially if any big news comes out and
things like
so on and so forth. But yeah, thanks a lot again, and thanks to everyone in chat. Give us a like before you go, please. That'd be really appreciated. And we'll see you again soon. Take care. Until then, up the Arsenal.
Come on, you guys.
Come on.